What's going on, guys? Jay Canada back again with another video, and today, you know what, we're coming back with another kind of a quiz video. Not really, but it's an NBA video that's not 2K. And you guys actually showed love on my video yesterday, which if you haven't checked out yet, I recommend you do. Link is in the description. It was a fun quiz video. I got stumped a bit. Yeah, it happens. And don't worry, we will be back with 2K videos, but I'm thinking, why not mix in some of these challenge videos, some of these thinking tough, you know, just different videos in with it. If you agree, mixing up NBA and 2K content, then drop a like. Let me know if you appreciate it. And today, as you can see in the title, we've got something fun. We've got an NBA Would You Rather. Now, I've seen my boy Kenny, King of the Fourth Quarter, Mike Korzema. I've seen others do videos like this, but I found a page that it's updated like frequently, and I haven't seen them make a video in a few days. So, you know what? This one is gonna be fresh. Some new scenarios. We're gonna go over them. Now, let's get into it. As you can see here, _NBA _ Would You Rather. If you want to check out the page, I suggest you do. It's on Instagram. Now, the first one, would you rather have before their major injuries, Derrick Rose or Penny Hardaway? Yikes. Now, that is a really tough one because both of them, all right, let's break this down. Both of these guys were point guards, obviously, and both of them had, actually, I don't know if Penny's injuries were his knees, but both of them were so explosive and like almost game changing. Now, I know most people, like current fans, will say Derrick Rose because we saw him win the MVP. We saw him be great. Penny kind of just never even scratched the surface of what he could do. If Penny was able to stay healthy, he was in that era like right after Michael Jordan, when that was there for the taking, like the best player in the league, the championships. You could have won that. I mean, it took Shaq a couple years in LA to get it going. So there was a window where Penny could have been the best player in the league, could have led the Magic to, you know, like he could have been so good. Imagine if he would have stayed with the Magic, and a few years later when they traded for T-Mac, if those two would have teamed up, they easily could have competed, probably beat, you know, well, I don't know if they could have beat the Lakers. I don't know. I just wish I would have seen Penny healthy. NBA Would You Rather number 2. This one's interesting. Would you rather have an NBA expansion or remove conferences? Now, I don't really think these two are like related specifically, but I do have opinions on both. As you guys know, I live in Vancouver. I'm wearing a Canucks shirt right now from the NHL hockey, you know, Canada stuff. And once upon a time, the Memphis Grizzlies were in Vancouver. They didn't really get a fair shot. They were moved out after, I think, 6 seasons. I would love to see the NBA expand back into Vancouver, even to Seattle, where I live close. Like, that would just be the best for me. But that doesn't necessarily have to be expansion. I would just love if even a franchise moved over here. So it's tough for me to say expansion because removing the conferences would do so much for the competitive balance. I mean, that way you would have like the top 16 teams in the playoffs rather than 8 from the East, 8 from the West. Like, you'd probably have about 12 or at least like 10 teams from the West. But I think it'll balance out eventually. Like, the East will get back to being pretty good. It's kind of like a cycle, you know? But for personal reasons, seeing as how I'd love a team back in Vancouver or at least in Seattle, somewhat close to me, I would love the NBA to expand. The NHL's expanding. They just added the Vegas Golden Knights. So I think it would be good for the NBA to reach new areas, you know, that they haven't before. Oh my gosh, this one is so good. Whoever made this page, shout out to you, man. This one is incredibly difficult. Would you rather be the first MVP ever no one knows about, or be laughed at but everybody knows you? This is such a good question. And look at the pictures. It's, who is that? Who's the first MVP ever? I think it might be like George Mike. No, we're gonna have to look it up. I don't even know off the top of my head. Let's just take a look here, okay? First NBA MVP ever. This is like trivia in the video. I should know this. I think it would come to the top of my head. That's not, no, come on. I don't know why I can't think of it, but the first NBA MVP ever is Bob Pettit. Did I say, no, yeah, did I say Bob Pettit? Okay, maybe I didn't. No. Now, Bob Pettit, of course, won the MVP. He actually won a couple. I just looked it up. He also won an NBA championship. He's in the Hall of Fame, so it's hard to say you wouldn't want to be Bob Pettit. But that being said, everybody does know JaVale McGee nowadays. So, like, I guess you have the current, you know, the current fans knowing who you are. But back in the day, in the 50s and 60s, probably everybody who knew basketball knew Bob Pettit because he was like the best player in the league. And I know JaVale is also an NBA champ, but for me, I've always been like, yo, I would love to win a championship, be a part of a winning team, but I also want to have personal accolades like I do. Bob Pettit's got that. He's got MVPs, scoring titles, and you know what? he's in the Hall of Fame. So even though everybody knows JaVale McGee, I'd rather be Bob Pettit, 85 years old, living in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, which I think his Wikipedia page says he lives in. I'd rather be that, knowing I had a great career. Okay, couple more here. This one's easy. Would you rather A, cross up LeBron, or B, dunk on Curry? Now, my boy is LeBron, like, you know that. So crossing him up, it would be like a sign, like, you know, when AI did it to MJ, it would be like a sign that I was being great and like a rite of passage. But it's Curry. Come on, who doesn't want to dunk on Curry and his mouth guard hanging out, having face? Like, come on, you want to dunk on Curry. I know you do. And oh my goodness, inspiring debate right here with this one. Who would you rather see become the GOAT? LeBron James or Giannis Antetokounmpo? Well, I mean, it's pretty easy when one of them already is the GOAT, you know what I'm saying? I kid. Honestly, this is a weird question because LeBron is like somewhat close to being the GOAT. I mean, you could argue for LeBron. I'm not going to do it now, but like there's a case to be made. Giannis, like so much could happen. Not that I'm wishing this at all on him or like trying to jinx it, but he could be injured. Like he could get a few injuries in his career like Penny or Derrick Rose we were talking about earlier. Like there's so much unknown. But the question is, who would you rather see become the GOAT? Like it's not saying who do you think will. So obviously I'd rather see LeBron become the GOAT. I don't know. I'd like to know your guys' feelings on that. Do you think Giannis will one day, like in 3 or 4 years, be greater than LeBron ever was? It could happen, but you know I gotta side with LeBron. I'd rather see him become the GOAT. But that is all the time we have for this edition of Would You Rather. It definitely seems, you know, I gotta send this man a follow. He follows me, all right? I got to. Okay, I don't need to follow Mike though. Like, come on. But there probably will be more of these because those were fun. Definitely check out that page because shout out to him, man. He had some great ideas, some great thinker questions. Let me know what your guys' answer are on each of those as well. I'm gonna read through the comments. I'd love to know where you guys agreed, where you disagreed with my choices. And like I mentioned off the top, if you want to see more of these NBA discussion, quiz, trivia, challenge type videos, please let me know. Please hit the thumbs up button right now. I probably will have a 2K video out tomorrow, but I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. I'm out till next time, guys. Peace.